Okay, here we are at the exact location of the tents and where the event will begin. Right here will be the slalom events. This will be the 16 acres of the Zamboni ice. We will have a Zamboni parked out on the ice. I will say that again, in this windy condition, we will have a Zamboni parked in a garage out on the ice. So we will have clear, smooth ice. Then out where Dave is filming right now, you'll see that's where we will have, you'll see the lighthouse there. Right off from there in the lighthouse and in is where we will have the additional races. Out a little further you see an island, that's Mackinac Island. We're hoping to maybe have a marathon run there and back. That's exactly 5 miles. You see the businesses, the grocery stores over here. There's a grocery store, the hotel and restaurant right here that you can walk right to the event. And so behind me is where we will have the actual tents. The tents will be set up on the ice. We'll have a warming tent, a food tent, a beer tent. We'll have a locker room, and in that locker room will be an area for waxing, and this is all going to be heated. We'll have a vendor tent, or in one of the tents will be vendors and sponsors, and then we will also, we're also looking at a traditional Finnish sauna. And so that we'll have a traditional Finnish sauna on the ice. So we're also talking about a polar dip, so that when you get done with the sauna, we'll have a polar dip. We're also talking, we're going to have ice bowling, ice golf, and ice hoopy races. So there will be a number of events right in this particular area, but the tents will be behind me. All right, so we're standing in front of the Mackinac Grill where we just had, Dave and I had lunch. And what you're seeing here is probably one of the areas where we're going to run the marathon race, or some of the other kiting events out above the slalom course. Slalom course, again, will be over here where we were standing earlier. That's where the tents are going to be. And the slalom course will come out here and run the larger events out on the snow. Probably out to the lighthouse and back. We'll probably put the uphill flag over here somewhere. This used to be an old pier that used to take the railroad cars back and forth from the mainland before the bridge. So it's got some really uniqueness about it. So now we're taking the boat back from Mackinac, and as you can see it is a bit windy again, but we're heading into the bay area where the tents will be. Actually, where this boat will be docking is exactly the same spot where the tents will be for the event. Right now, as you can see, this area here and your little lighthouse, this will be some of the racing on the snow. And then, of course, again, the slalom events will be right in here in this bay area here. This will be where the Zamboni ice will be, and the tents will be straight ahead. I don't know if you can see, but even on a cloudy day, the visibility in this pristine water, you can still see down the 15-20 feet, and still you can still see the bottom. So here we are at the Ojibwe Cultural Center. This area, of course, from a historical sense, started with really the Native Americans of the Ojibwe, which my cousin Susie actually is the director of Ojibwe culture in her area south of here. So I'm very interested in having her involved and having some of the culture from a historical standpoint, Native American culture involved in our event. And we might even have the opening ceremony with a Native American help. If you look, right across the street is where we're going to have our event. So this is also geographically close. This particular spot used to be where the Ojibwe community was. So very unique from a historical standpoint that where we're going to have our event 300 or more years ago was the Ojibwe, one of the largest Ojibwe groups. Nani?
How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Dan Hill, Mindishtishkaj, Gull Lake, Ndunjiba.
Ah, me which?
Just go like this.
Yep, you can just go like that. And if
do it like this too?
Yeah, sure. Any way you want. You can take it in. If if you think for some reason or other that you think you wanted everything like you see.
So one of the great things that we've been able to take care of out here is transportation. And when we are here for the event, we're going to have transportation in style. And when I say style, I mean style. Let's take a look. What we're going to use is some 1920 Rolls Royces, and if you notice, the back ends have great places for the kite and sails, so we'll make sure to take advantage of the space, and obviously cruise in style. One of the things that's another big advantage is the open windows for all the great fresh air as we're transporting all the equipment. So this is the Mackinac Grill. This is another place that we're going to be probably spending some time eating. The owner of the Mackinac Grill is the event organizer for the pond hockey and has been tremendous help in helping with WISSA. As the organizer for the pond hockey, a lot of what he's doing is going to carry on through the week of WISSA. So we're very excited to not only work with Mark, but of course patronize his establishments, which is this and the grocery store, both right on the water. We will have the golf and the ice bowling in front of his place right here. All right, we're standing right on the corner, right near, right across from where the tents will be. And what's really convenient here is that you've got Dowd's Market, which is a great supermarket, because you can actually kite or wing or sail over to the market here and pick up some food right on the water. And the other nice thing is Dowd's is owned by Mark, who we were just meeting with, who again is one of the biggest supporters or tremendous help for us, because he's started the pond hockey. And here we are at Jose's, right on the bay, not too far from where the event's going to take place. Surprisingly, the Mexican food here is maravilloso, marvelous, actually very authentic. And I had the opportunity to try a number of the different sauces. Steve, our waiter, was very informative and gave me some suggestions. I unfortunately am one that doesn't like to take little drops. I take big spoonfuls, and so I did eat my share of ice cream. Okay, now we've made breakfast here at Java Joe's, and we found out that Joe is Joe in the morning, Jose at night. His place is very similar. His son, who actually served us, who you saw last night, was Steven. He actually did the painting on both of the areas, and one thing that we noticed is they're very similar. Now, Joe, I wanted to ask you real quick, what does the story with the teapots?
We sell 2,000 a year.
You sell 2,000
a year, every year. Year in, year out. And it's amazing. We'll have, on a good summer day, we'll have over 1,000 teapots on display. Oh, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Well, and Joe's restaurant was mentioned in the Detroit Free Press as being one of the best, was it, in Michigan? Top 10 breakfast spots, which we would agree with. I had the lobster eggs Benedict, and my videographer had the smoked whitefish eggs Benedict, and they were absolutely fantastic. Now we're noticing hundreds, maybe thousands of pictures all over the table, all over the walls, that show a large dessert. So obviously it's not just breakfast, it's also dessert. Here we're at the Driftwood Restaurant Hotel, and this is directly across the street from where the event's taking place. Dave and I just stopped, met the owners, and had a whitefish sandwich. One of the best whitefish sandwiches I've ever had. Open this up for our morning meetings, and we're thinking either here or at one of the other restaurants, but this would definitely be a nice place to have our morning meetings. Okay, we're at the Driftwood, but we're in the enclosed porch out front. You can see that we're going to be able to have meetings and drinks and things here as well, plus we're going to have some entertainment for us the first night that we come in. This is probably where we'll have registration. That was the inside, here's the outside. But what's nice is location, location, location. Here, directly within maybe 50 feet, 50 yards, is where we're going to begin the race. This is where the tents are, this is where the race will be. So ideal location. So Dave and I have made it out to the island, and we're going to take some video on the way back. But we've stopped into Murdoch's Fudge. We've been told that that's the best fudge in the state. We were hoping that they would be making it today, but we're a little early. We've got a meeting with the Ojibwe leader on the island, and he can only meet with us at a certain time. We will look forward to possibly coming back and share with you a little bit more. And maybe when you're here, you'll have a chance to taste some of the fudge. Even though this place will be closed, we will be probably have some in your goodie bags for the event. So we've taken a little walk up to the top of what's called Castle Rock. Gives you a view of St. Ignace and every place nearby for quite a while. Beautiful, beautiful view. One of the things we wanted to point out here was that we have a backup location for WISSA just in case. And you'll see it right here in this open spot here. So hopefully you got a good taste of St. Ignace, Michigan, due in large part by Deb and Mark and the rest of the people at the Chamber. Dave and I have had a wonderful time, but also got to experience a number of different places to eat and different things and activities to do. Obviously the conditions in the winter, average wind speed, and even today it's windy, 27 or 26.6 miles per hour average wind speed. That shouldn't be a problem, and with Mark behind the Zamboni, we'll have the best nights for acres and acres. Obviously, the vista and the view is not lacking either, as you can see. So we're hoping that all of you will come and join us, experience St. Ignace for WISSA 2012.